We are in the municipal building here to meet with the town fathers of Seaside Heights, is it? Seaside Heights? To discuss smoking medical cannabis on the boardwalk where they recreationally use tobacco. I think that's about it.
Let's do it. INE Tour, Seaside.
Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty! Let's roll!
We're cannabis patients. We're here for the council meeting tonight.
Sure.
And can we do some smoke out here by the smoking area? Is that all right?
No, you can't get smoke in the privacy of your own home, sir.
See, that's not, see, they don't know.
What?
They don't know. And that's
Well,
unfortunate. That's crazy.
The prosecutors won't educate.
Oh, that's so upsetting to me. Carol, if you have a seizure, I think you might have to die because you have to go home.
Can I help you folks?
Yeah, we're trying to see where we can smoke our cannabis here.
Okay. Come outside and I'll talk to you.
We're going to the council meeting, and because there's a problem on the boardwalk, there's a smoking area on the boardwalk. We went there, and they told us we couldn't smoke there. So we're going to go to council meeting and find out, because as far as we know, we're allowed to smoke our cannabis wherever we can smoke tobacco. We want to smoke over here where the receptacle is. There's a cigarette receptacle here, but we don't want to cause a problem. If you say no, well, fine, we'll just go to the council and find out what they want us to do.
I mean, we're at very limited with our information on what we received from the Attorney General's office on it.
Same story.
Yeah.
So, you know where we're at.
Yeah, I know.
So, until everybody gets clear guidance on a new law, that's
New
where
law,
we go.
7 years.
In 7 years.
I know, but nothing's been changed in 7 years.
No.
So,
I've changed it all.
exactly. So that's where we're at. I mean, the wording's very vague. It's medication, so it's medication.
Right.
It's like an aspirin, if that's the way the law's going to be interpreted. But yeah, the town fathers will be upstairs, and you go and see what they say about, what they're going to say with it. But as of right now, we're going by what the AG guideline says.
Okay, so we can smoke here then.
It's a smoking area. It's a designated smoking area.
Right. Awesome. You're the best. Thank you,
I mean,
sir. We appreciate it.
Like I said,
good cop here.
Everything's
Good cop.
Is there a
everything's
bathroom around here I
limited.
can use?
Probably here, right? Next door.
Closest public one is.
Officer, she's disabled.
I'm disabled. I can't look
Go
at
inside.
It's going to be upstairs.
Upstairs?
There's an elevator.
Okay.
And there'll be a bathroom up there.
There you go.
So yeah, I
Okay.
mean,
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Appreciate
smoking in
it.
front of a police station. I don't think that's what it meant.
Well,
You know what I'm
we can't
saying?
smoke over there on the boardwalk,
You
so
know.
we don't know where else to go.
Tobacco
We'll-
kills,
we'll
cannabis
see.
Yeah,
saves.
and tobacco's.
Hey, that they're all.
I'm opiate free today because of
Yeah.
cannabis.
Yeah, me too. I was on opiates 10 years. No more.
13 years for me.
God bless that you're off, because that's bad stuff.
It kills people. I lost a friend last year.
No, it's terrible stuff. We deal with it all the time.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the meeting starts, I guess, around 5. You guys can go up there.
Okay,
Just
thank you,
asking
sir.
you just let the dispatchers do their job.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yeah, we don't bother nobody.
No, we're good.
No, I know.
Show me the
Just,
bathroom, please.
Where does she have to go? She has to go here?
Next door down.
Next door.
Okay, that's where the council meeting's going to be.
Okay, we'll go over there now. My name is Lefty Grimes. I'm from East Hanover, New Jersey. We came here to Seaside over the weekend to the MS Walk, the Walk for Multiple Sclerosis. I was here with Michelle and Carol and myself, and we're all medical cannabis patients. We did the walk, and when we were done with the walk, Michelle, Carol, and I went to the smoking area that you have designated as a public smoking area. We went there to use our legal medical cannabis, and the police were called by the code enforcement, and they told us that we could not use our medical cannabis there. But before he told us that, they said that we don't know where you can use your medical cannabis. We don't know, but you can't use it here on the boardwalk, which is scary because the man that Michelle sat next to was reeking of alcohol, smoking a cigarette. They didn't chase him away, but they made her walk 1,000 feet down the street. She can barely walk. She has multiple sclerosis. She had to walk 1,000 feet down the street, but the guy who was sitting there drinking and smoking a cigarette, that's fine. So why are her rights any less than another tobacco smoker? It's not the police's fault. The police are doing what they can. The problem is with the Attorney General is not disseminating the KUMA guidelines to the prosecutors. The prosecutors are not setting the agendas for the police academies. And the police academies are not teaching the police officers about the KUMA guidelines. Unless you're a well-informed officer or you care about the issue, you're not going to really care about medical cannabis for people. Now, we've been to 60 police stations all over New Jersey to try to educate police because patients are being arrested all over New Jersey. Michelle had her cannabis taken away from her in Bayonne. Carol had her door kicked in by police who did not know the law. My friend was arrested in Summit for a joint. A card holder, arrested for Summit for a joint, had to go through the court system four times. He was finally vindicated after going to court the 4 times because the prosecutor did not know the law. Now, why are these people being victimized? They're victimized by their disease already. They're being victimized by the government because the government is not aware of the law that they passed. It's very upsetting to me to see Michelle and Carol have to suffer like this. And where do we go to smoke our cannabis? We went to the police before. We said, where do we smoke our cannabis? The police said, well, as for now, we just follow the AG guidelines. And so we smoked it right outside where the receptacle is. So why can't we smoke in the public area where on the boardwalk where she can go and medicate? Because she loves to come here. I love to come here. It's one of our favorite places. And it's a smoking area. If you don't want people smoking there, then take the sign down. But at least for now, you have to allow cannabis, because if you allow smoking, how do you distinguish what people can smoke? We're legal patients. I have my legal cannabis right here. I mean, I'm allowed to have this. I could break it. I can't smoke it here, but I could break it out and roll it here, whatever. It's not illegal for me or for us. And we just, we hope you look into this issue and help sick patients around New Jersey. Because if you know somebody has cancer or AIDS or horrible disease, believe me, you're going to want to help these people. It's just sad. It's sad. I hope that you guys can come around and help these people.
You were very articulate in your thoughts and so forth. And I'm going to turn it over to a legal review to tell you what we can and can't do, okay?
Okay.
Well, and thank you. And I appreciate the way that you presented it, and I just wanted to highlight the fact that there were no summonses issued. If there had been, we would not be able to discuss it. I mean, you obviously would have the right to comment and say whatever you wanted, but the governing body, nor as the borough attorney, would not discuss it.
Police are great. They're actually very good.
You know, if there were pending,
They could have been a lot worse.
there's not. I'm just going to read, because I understand that your point is, and I think that it's clear that there are many areas, including the street, you know, not the street, the sidewalk, any area where you can leave legally, that is not within one of the exceptions under the medical marijuana law, where you can absolutely smoke, and that's fine. But I think the issue with the boardwalk, I'm just going to read a couple of things that I think are relevant to this.
In 2.4, Kuma 2.4?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
it says anywhere smoking is not prohibited, which is a smoking area.
Well, actually, NJSA 24:61-8 sub B, which is the part of the Kuma law,
Yes.
which I think you're referring, says that the title is conduct not permitted under the Act. And it states in the law that the provisions of this Act shall not be construed to permit a person to, and then in subsection B, smoke marijuana in A, school bus or other form of public transportation, B, in a private vehicle, unless the vehicle is not in operation. So, you know, I'm sure you're aware of that.
My wife doesn't let me smoke in my car. That's a no.
That's perfect. C, on any school grounds. D, in any correctional facility. E, in any park or beach.
Right.
So it could be on the beach.
Right.
Or F, at any recreation center. G, or in any place where smoking is prohibited pursuant to NJSA 2C3313. So to just take one part of that, the prohibition of smoking on the boardwalk, except in the street ends, is under 2C3313. That was a designation by ordinance by the town. So you're right. Smoking of cigarettes, though
How do they distinguish?
not open, if you're talking about drinking and the people have open
Well, he
containers,
smelled of alcohol,
that's
and it was
not-
just like,
you're-
it was like, you know.
the other person smells of alcohol.
Yeah.
Sometimes people smell of alcohol or
Yeah,
marijuana.
It's just
or-
upsetting that, you know, she had to go away and he was.
But just to be clear, since
Double
it's trying to
standard.
indicate, no one is allowed to have an open container to be
No,
smoking.
he wasn't
in that-
drinking, no.
Okay.
No. Okay, clear.
But so if smoking is prohibited, which is the vast bulk of
The whole boardwalk is prohibited,
and the
yeah.
beach is prohibited under
Mhm,
that.
I get that.
You can't do there.
Right.
But the 2C law refers to smoking of tobacco products. So that is not coextensive exactly with Kuma, because there are these other prohibitions and places you can't.
Well, you can't smoke tobacco in any of those places either. Recreational areas, beaches, you can't smoke tobacco. It's a Clean Air Act, you can't smoke anything. So it's tobacco
Well,
or
you can,
cannabis.
you can smoke in your vehicle when it's in operation, a cigarette.
Yes, you can.
So they're not exactly coextensive.
Well, it's good it's not, it doesn't get you, cigarette doesn't get you
I'm just
sideways.
going to finish here and then
Okay,
you'll
sure.
have every
Mhm.
opportunity. And so then the question is whether it's a park, beach, or recreation center. The boardwalk is in its entirety a recreation center. In chapter 33-1, of ordinance 33-1 of the Borough Code, the entire oceanfront and land owned by the the municipality upon the oceanfront is established as a place of resort for recreation, for boardwalk, including the boardwalk and the recreational activities that take place.
With the exception of the smoking area that you put in. You put a smoking area in there.
Yes.
As an exception. So there's an exception to the rule. You made an exception to the rule, did you not?
No.
You didn't? There's no exception to that rule?
They have to take
No, because
the cigarette
rule-
signs
The
down.
rule to which I am referring
Right.
is the establishment of the entire boardwalk area
Right.
as a place of resort, a recreation center.
Right.
And under the prohibitions, the exceptions to Kuma, is that you can't smoke in a recreation center. So even if you have a recreation center and it has a certain section
Right.
that's designated for smoking, it's still, for purposes of Kuma, a recreation center.
So when she has a seizure, where do we have to drag her body to? It's a smoking point. Seriously. Seriously. I'm asking you a serious question. She could have a seizure and she could fall down and need to smoke a joint. Where do we drag them to? Where's our
I was in my
border?
kids here for 30
Because,
years.
yeah, the tobacco border is obviously different than the cannabis border. So where is the cannabis border in this town that we have to go to? The
It's
street?
Off the boardwalk.
Where is the end of the boardwalk?
I can't smoke in the smoking section?
No, apparently we have to drag
I
your body.
can't get all the way to the boardwalk unless I smoke.
There's no
Well,
compassion there.
and
I can't
it's
come
not
back
a
to the boardwalk
question
anymore.
No, it's about compassion. It's
I-
about having
I'm sorry,
compassion
I
for
would
sick
like to
people.
finish
Go ahead,
what I'm
sorry.
saying, and
Sorry,
I
it's upsetting to me.
appreciate that you feel very strongly, and you'll absolutely be given an opportunity to speak, but I ask that one person speak at a time. You have asked, that is the current state. You have come and spoken very eloquently about the need for a change. There was a question about what the current state is, and I'm trying to answer that to provide
Okay.
clarity. That
That's
is
fine.
not to say that there can be consideration of alteration of the rules, but that is the current thing. And I believe that your initial request was for clarity.
Yes,
And
okay.
certainly, I understand that the overriding request is for compassion, and to the extent that that compassion
So
should
the lowest
engender
floor.
change, that's something that will be considered.
So can the council do anything about this? What can the council do about this?
To the extent that ordinances control the designation of certain areas, that's something that is within the purview of the council. So
Okay.
that's something that will be considered. You certainly have made your request, and as I said, and as the mayor said, in a very articulate and persuasive way, and that's something that will be considered. It's not something that could be done
Okay.
tonight.
I think you may be wrong about the recreational center because you can't drink alcohol in the recreational center. So you're talking about a place where drinks are being sold and tobacco is being used, so it's not the whole boardwalk is not recreational. I've heard the boardwalk is a park also. So there's a lot of confusion about what the boardwalk is because Atlantic City Police told me that it's a park. It's not a park. It's a boardwalk.
I understand that you are
But
making a legal argument, and
Look into
I will
it.
consider it.
Look into it and
I
help
will.
these people, please. Help them out, that's all. Thank you.
Certainly, it will be looked into.
So I saw a hand up.
I just have something to say.
If you would be kind enough to say your name and address, please.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is part of my season.
Hi, my name is Carol Millman, and I do not live in Seaside. I live in Southbrook, New Jersey. I just find it upsetting to me that there is a section for people to kill themselves and other people with tobacco with the secondhand smoke. Yet here I am fighting for my life, and my friend is fighting for her life, and he's fighting for his life, and we're not allowed to medicate ourselves. Are people allowed in their section that you guys gave to them to kill themselves with cigarettes so badly, and then alcohol's everywhere on the boardwalk, and here we are just trying to fight for our lives. I'm just asking you guys, do you find it absurd as well? Because I just find that a little bit ridiculous.
I think that the comments that you've made and that were made before, and honestly, the discussion that was had over the weekend, and there were videos about that, there are a lot of points made that are compelling and will be discussed.
Okay. I just had to get that across.
Yeah, no, and that's really as much as I can say.
Okay.
I'll say something.
Go ahead, your name, please.
Hi, my name is Michelle Burns. I walked the MS walk on whatever day it was. And after MS walk, I did go to the boardwalk and I did smoke. Without the marijuana, I would not be able to walk your boardwalk. And if I can't walk your boardwalk, I've been walking this boardwalk with my kids for 30 years now. And I said, I do give you guys business. I'm a Benny. I mean, I give you guys business. I want to give you guys, I love the boardwalk. But if I can't cannabis, I can't walk the boardwalk. So that's why I want to say, I can't walk there unless I have a pit stop that's smoking. I have MS and it doesn't work like that.
And I think that you can understand, you know, as I said, it is persuasive. This is really the first time that this
Amazing.
issue
It's
has
7
been
years it's
presented to
been
the
here.
council. And is the first time that it's been presented, and you've certainly done it in a strong way, and no one could not be moved by your situation. And thank you for loving the boardwalk and walking it. And it will be considered. It really is a new issue that's being presented with.
Thank you very
Put a
much.
smile on your face, you're not a Benny, you're a visitor.
I was like, what's a Benny?
I'm a Benny, I know I'm a Benny, I love Benny. I love the walk, they said Benny's walk. It's beautiful.
Thank you,
That was
guys.
a joke.
You got charged with a grinder?
Yes.
And you're a patient?
A while back, yes.
What town?
In Seaside Heights.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Yes.
A grinder.
This was a few years back, like about a year or so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your grinder.
No, there was nothing in it. It's just because it was paraphernalia. It was paraphernalia.
And what wound up happening to you?
I got a ticket and had to pay a fine.
And you're a patient,
Yes.
so you got a
I
big
got
fine
off for the
for your
weed
legal
because
grinder.
I had weed on me and I had the grinder.
How many
But
years
I
ago
got
was
off
this?
for the weed charge, but
They
I
still
got
hit you with a
charged for the
fine
grinder.
for grinder.
Yeah, for the
That's
grinder.
Oh, man, no, I
Yep.
wouldn't pay that shit.
I wouldn't
That's
pay
dirty.
that.
They did you
That was
dirty
a while
right
back,
there.
yeah.
They did you
They
dirty.
figured they had to get me with something.
Yeah, they want some money.
Oh.
That's all it is, they're extracting money from you.
Motherfuckers.
Oh, my God.
But they didn't extract enough money for that card.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? That's horrible.
Wow.
Oh, wait.
I didn't know that. And say your name for the camera, by the
My
way.
name is Dante Johnson.
Yeah, another patient from New Jersey, South Jersey patient.
Another patient victimized, paying money.
Yeah. Another patient
Brittany from
victimized.
Trenton.